Hello everyone and welcome to the sportiest stream. Hopefully you all are doing well. It's a weird installment tonight because we have two matches tonight coming up, but both separated on their own streams. We're going to start, if we go to the correct screen here, that's my intermission screen. Go to the schedule screen. If we start, we're going to see 135 Nova taking on Lux Esports. And later tonight we'll have Solaris Esports and Atlas Esports. So another match. Very long after. Those are the wrong times. My apologies. It is 9 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Eastern, not 8 and 10. Separated by a 2-hour difference, but again, we'll be getting ready for both these matches. Again, they're hopefully going to be on their own streams, just based on how far away apart these matches are, but should be some good action. We've already seen 135 Nova, though, in our first series, when they swept Locked In University. Since then, also swept Final Form Entertainment Radiant and Slav Squad Esports, which is considered one of the premier teams from Slav Squad Nation. On the other side, Lux Esports 1-1 have been Team Buns, but have lost to Affinity Reborn here already in the Premier Series. Obviously now looking to make sure they can try to get a huge win at a huge important part in their season. Make sure we get these teams to this lobby. We'll get the info out to both sides here. We've seen 100x Nova a lot, 135 Nova I should say. And Lux Esports, we've actually seen this team before. I think we saw them, let's say we saw them last season for, I believe, the Contenders series. It's a huge jump for this team, and Lux. I've seen Lux as an org a couple times, but this team specifically, seen often. I think they used to be known as Lux Nova back last season in the Contender Series, and now since then they have changed their roster. Jenny, LGM, and Magnet have stayed, but Dusty and Abdul has been added in. And with all these players having improved, the thing about the Contender Series is there's so many different ranks in the Contender Series, and teams can improve so quickly that jumps to the Premier Series, while not often, are very possible. And again, for this Lux Nova side, their run was quite impressive. A top 3 performance, only losing to Adrenaline White, which we actually got to see in the losers finals last season. And obviously since then they've been promoted to the Premier Division, which are having issues getting used to with them being one of the lower ranked teams. But again, there's just the fact that they've been added here is quite impressive. Obviously though, they got to take on Nova, who were in this Premier Series last season. But I talked about their downfall last time, where it was such a good run. They were one of the scariest teams in the regular season, even made it through the first stage of the playoffs. But that second stage of the playoffs, that final bracket, he collapsed going 0-2. So for now though, we'll get to see how these teams perform. Again, Lux Nova, 135 Nova, Lux Esports, and we'll hope teams in this lobby soon enough. Again, later tonight we'll have Solaris and Atlas in the Kyohaku Rocket League series, which is the first time we'll be seeing that division in over a month. So it's been a while since we've seen Kyohaku Rocket League series, but we'll be seeing it again tonight. But for now, it's Black Lion Championship Series action. Again, part of the Premier Division, the second highest division of Rocket League action in the Black Lion Championship Series. And again, some very, very good teams playing in this division. Nova being one of them, who again were acquired by NX35 after they left Striker Esports. Overall, this team did not impress me the first time I saw them, which was a couple months ago, back at the end of last season, season 14, when they were first acquired by NX35. It was right after the season ended, and after they made those roster changes, they've now added in. They've now made a few. They made a few other changes before the season, adding Mafia Shadows and Ashes, and well, this season obviously, very, very good start. They have not lost a single game in all 3 matches they've played so far. Again, the thing about Nova that makes them so scary is they're a team that plays really heavy pressure. It's not easy to break that pressure. This is a team that plays up high, but they're really smart as well with their pressure. They're a pretty positional based team. And unlike a lot of 135 teams that love to play offense just for the sake of playing offense, this team plays it quite smart. I would compare them a lot to Midwest Mafia Black, who we've seen recently, in that they do keep a high pressure. Now, Midwest Mafia, much more pushy on that pressure. They do push teams a lot more, hence why they're in the Masters division. And are leading that division as well. But 125 Nova, their strength comes, it comes in being where they are on the field. And that generally is why this team was successful last season, is that they had a really good pressure. They also had a really good defense last season, which helped. This season, that defense has not been as much of a factor. I think it's weakened a little bit, but for a much stronger offense, the trade-off that has worked so well. So far for X35 and Nova. They haven't met a team that has really outplayed them in the offensive battle, and so far this season, as you can see, once their offense is uncontested, they have no problem taking teams down and taking teams down quickly. Again, we'll get into this match here. Is Aqua to Shega both in the lobby, so we'll be getting this match underway in just about a minute or so. As Mafia Shadows joining them as well. So that's the three starting players for X35 and Nova. At this point, trying to go 4-0 in their season, really keep that undefeated run. It's so rare at this level, especially the highest divisions, for teams to stay undefeated for an entire season. Just the rank levels are so close, and it's so tough to be consistent every single week. But X35 Nova, just trying to see how long they can hold on to this incredible record. And on the other side, we are waiting on Lux Esports, another org that has many teams here as well. And we're just waiting to get updates on Lux Esports' condition. They should be here in just about a minute. They're probably doing some warm-ups right now, but give them a little bit of time. They'll be here soon enough for this matchup. As again, we do have confirmation X35 Nova already, so Nova is given the go-ahead. We're just waiting on Lux Esports to do the same. As soon as Lux Esports is good, we'll be starting this match in just a moment. And apologies on that delay. Should be good to go. As soon as we get, again, confirmation from these players. As there they are, Mac Daddy, Dusty, and Avdiel are joining in for Lux. So I believe, yeah, those are their highest ranked players. As I said, their starting roster from last season, not the highest ranked roster here, but players they have added are pretty high ranked. And specifically, again, Dusty, Avdiel are those players they added for this season. It's one of the reasons why they're in the Premier Division, even with having been so good last season in the Contenders Division. But again, a huge performance last season. We saw them get third place. Again, a big match here for all of these players. As again, one moment. Let me just make sure we get all confirmation here. These players, yep, they're good to go. So let's get into this. Our first of two matches. It's a two-match night. As X35 Nova taking on Lux Esports. Lux are at a 1-1 record. Nova are 3-0 and have not dropped a single game so far. So for X35 Nova, they have been so tough to take down this season, and honestly, they probably have gotten even better since the first time we saw them back in week 1. They'll be on the blue side, Lux Esports on the orange, and look at that. X35 Nova playstyle is so aggressive. They play with so much confidence on offense. So far, no team's been able to beat them in that game plan. The Nova defense itself has had its issues, but you are on offense almost 100% of the time. That defense is not a non-factor. Right now, looking to keep it that way as an early strike from Teshega. And they're wasting no time to get goals. It's Nova on the board. And it's Teshega who will see that one go in for his side. A beautiful start for X35, and they're going to look to keep it that way. Lux Esports. Again, we've seen them, again, last season, that top 3 performance, but again, playing in a level that is very different than that Contender Series. Contender Series, so much of a wild card. Most other divisions are actually a little more predictable than the Contender Series because how much fewer teams are, how close the ranks are to each other. But it is a lot tougher here at the Premier Series. You got to be a lot more consistent, just a whole lot better. You're not added into the Premier Series for no reason, obviously. There's a reason that Lux Esports are here. They've got to prove it, and really, players that I would like to see prove it here would be Mac Daddy. He was, again, on this team back last season on Lux Esports, or Lux Nova, I think, as it was. Not Lux Nova, Lux, as it was known last season for all these players. He was on that Contenders run, but obviously this season he's got to prove himself a lot more, that he can hang with the best teams in the Premier Circuit. As Mafia Shadows infield pass, it will be tapped on, not in though. Aqua will still get to it. And it is goal number 2 for 100x35 Nova. Aqua testing that back line, and Lux Esports, they are still struggling, it feels, just to get used to this pressure. Really get used to the Premier Division overall. X35 Nova not letting up. They are not going to give any easy plays for Lux Esports. They're just playing all in on the attack. Lux Esports going to be given a very, very long fight to see if they can get back in this one. You know how X35 Nova, they love to make these matches short, and they have only swept every opponent so far. Look to continue it, to keep it that way as Aqua. Mafia Shadows, that will go around that corner. Abdiel will be waiting for it, but let's Nova, who look to be on the ball, to Shega with the dunk. Dusty up is Mac Daddy, but the shot won't come in on time, and X35 Nova not showing any cracks so far on defense. It's a heavy clear style defense as well. Again, their playstyle is always to get more pressure upfield. They try to do it the fastest way they can, so often you see them go for those big clears rather than trying to control the ball. Only really controlling it when they're in this final half, as Aqua's doing so here. The 50 under 1. Abiel's upward to Shega. Oh, he hit it off the crossbar. Lux Esports will be saved there, but RX35 Nova not waiting for another chance. Aqua now to the corner. Still has it as Aqua, but couldn't put the shot on target. And Lux Esports will get on the clear with Abdiel. Shega's been beat. Mafia Shadows trying to react to it. Lux Esports. And they break out. Mafia Shadows will hope that they can't. And Nova back up field to Shega. Great catch from Abdiel. Lux Esports. Now, say what you want about their pretty bad start this game. They have definitely solidified as the time has ticked downward, giving themselves a reason to come back in this game. Their defense going up so far, and well, it's only one factor in this game, and I don't think it's going to be the factor that would ever win them any games against Nova. You need to have a good defense, really, against any team at this level, and Lux, at least so far, has shown that. But can they keep it going? Dusty has the dribble. Shega will block, though, and RX35 Nova looking for that clear as Mafia Shadows can't seem to reach Shega. Abdiel, Aqua, Abdiel again, and RX35 Nova to force his way through. Aqua specifically a huge factor in that one. Oftentimes the player to initiate the offense, really bring the mechanics on the side of Nova, a team that overall isn't all that mechanical and isn't trying to be all that mechanical. Aqua specifically, definitely a little bit of a difference maker on this Nova side. We've seen him hit some pretty impressive plays already from the first time we saw him. And now he needs to make a good save. It's on the line. Abdiel won't need it. It will just fall in for Dusty. Nobody challenged this. Aqua was backwards to the play. When you give up space like that, Lux Esports will score their first of the series. 26 seconds to go, and Nova's lack of offensive attack will give Lux Esports an opening. But can they make it work? To Shega. Looks by Mac Daddy. Dusty again. Up for Lux Esports. Aqua won't let him go through. Now he's gonna get the dunk on Abdiel. Won't be able to do so. Mafia Shadows. Abdiel again. I'm running down, but Lux Esports still have a chance. Aqua will clear to Shega. To the back wall. Dusty has this one away, but they gotta keep it up. Mac Daddy looking for an infield pass, but Nova won't give it to them. And game 1 will be there as a 1-goal difference. Nova's offense started off quickly, but died down very, very suddenly in that game. Still, the shooting was 7-1. Shots in favor of Nova. Again, this is how this team has worked so well, although a much more defensive battle. Much more defensive start for both these sides. go into game number 2. Lux 35 Nova. Definitely need to prove that they can bring that consistency. As we will continue onward. Nova do take game number 1, but there's still a lot more series, I guess you call it that, left here. And while Nova not surprised to take game 1, they've again swept everybody they faced already this season. Lux Esports could give them a real tough fight here, because that Lux Esports defense, it's really shut down Nova that in a way that other teams have not been able to. Yeah, Nova want to play upfield, and they want to play it as fast as possible. Not only is Lux Esports just good at blocking the ball, but they control it as well every single time they do get their chance to take it away. And, you know, that control style only really hurts Nova here, because Nova want to play fast, they want to play high action, and Lux Esports are denying them that opportunity. That touch won't work for them, as Mafia Shadows to the corner, second touch, leaves it in front, but Avdiel will clear, and we're just trying to stay on top of it. Mac Daddy, though, stopped by Aqua as he uses a little bit of help from that crossbar. Nova just trying to get this one out, but Lux Esports not giving them the openings. Mafia Shadows to Shega. Avdiel waiting, and Lux Esports have given up no opportunities here for Lux 35. Again, they are shutting this team down, but now there's a chance. Great shot from Mafia Shadows. Gives the defender no chance. And 100x35 Nova will get the opening they need. It's a hook shot from Mafia Shadows, and he gets over Mac Daddy. Nova waiting patiently. The chance will be theirs to take. Lux Esports, all the good they've done is not done anything for them. Their offense still has not been productive. Only one shot last game. You just can't win when you have shooting that low. You gotta get more, especially against a team like Nova, who will shoot often and shoot plentifully. Mafia Shadows, another one on target, his second of the game. And this is Nova, once again, finding the space, and well, they're such a good offensive team. You know they're going to score at least once a game. It's so rare to see Nova not get goals on that net, and not get multiple goals on that net. Simply put, if you're going to beat this team, you got to play offensively. Their offense is far too good to just have a good... just try to play defense against. It's not going to work easily. You need to play the aggression against Nova, that playstyle that they like to work with, as Avdiel will take it there, and that's the aggression we need, not pulling away from this play. He could have so easily left, knowing that he may not have been able to get that challenge easily and cleanly, but he turns on it anyways, gets the win, and fires it past Mafia Shadows. Scoring, picking up here in game 2. Lux35 Nova. Again, have a team that definitely can play up to them, but Lux Esports needs to do more of that, as Mafia Shadows, again, keeping control of Nova. When they're in offense, it's a whole different playstyle than when they're on defense. It's control, it's shot, it's power. It's just making teams move to get saves on any play they throw at that net. It works so well, as almost an own goal for Mafia Shadows. Lux Esports last game, we're at the same scoreline, could not tie things up. This game they have a whole lot more time, not 20 something seconds now, it's over 2.5 minutes of gameplay that they can work with. Nova, they know that. They're picking up the pace right here. They're not playing that defensive style they played at the end of game 1. This is the same level of aggression. Simply put, their defense has always been a bit of a question mark this season. Well, it's not, and well, that's not to say their defense is bad. It does have, it's definitely a lot weaker than their offense, and it's been an issue for this team to handle. They definitely don't trust themselves to hold this 1-goal lead, out playing for a 3-1 lead. That's why they're still playing aggressive. That's why they're still looking for chances. Even as time ticks down, Nova not going to sit back and let the pressure come to them. There's Teshega. Does outplay Avdiel, but Acteddy will come in here and he'll look for the pass. Great play to Avdiel, but shot doesn't come soon enough. Lux Esports try again with Avdiel. Good outplay on the ceiling, but Teshega always missed the clear completely. Dusty needs to score this one, but Mafia Shadows holds the post, and Lux Esports, while they do have control, can't get it. Now they will. It's Dusty, and it's tied at 2. Nova playing panic, and I mean, you can just tell they were not ready for any shot that came their way. This one tied up. Lux Esports finding their own inner confidence here, and Nova, unlike last game, have not been able to hold the 1-goal lead. A minute to go. Nova still looking for offense, but they have been a whole lot less effective in getting there. Lux Esports, again, have found a way to shut down Nova. But Nova still attacking, and then it's open! Oh, no shot came on. Mafia Shadows nearly could have had a hat-trick. Aqua was there following right behind him, and yet it wasn't on target. Nova need to try again with Teshega. Dusty keeps it out, but Aqua off the sidewall. Mafia Shadows there with Aqua. Nova, a demo in front, and that's going to leave them without any players. Here comes Teshega. 40 boost left, looking for the pass, but Dusty meets him. And Lux Esports, their chance now late in game 2 to give Nova their first game loss of the season. But Nova not going to let it air. Teshega, Aqua, back to Teshega. Looking in field, Aqua can't challenge. And as time ticks down, they'll look for one more chance, but Nova unable to get it. We are heading to overtime. Lux Esports, a valiant effort just to get to this point, but they've got to score one more time. It does feel like they're the team that has the confidence right now to do it. Yeah, Nova's offense, with how quick they've been able to attack this game specifically, that can all change in a split second. Lux Esports don't play carefully. Aqua. Dusty wins the challenge, and it's open! Magnati! Lux Esports are the first to do it! A game taken off on X35 Nova, and it comes in overtime. Lux Esports were 2 goals down, now a 1-goal win. Game 2 is theirs, the series is all tied up. For X35 Nova, this is new territory for them. They've suffered a loss to an opponent. With every match so far this season having been a 3-0 sweep, this is going to be where they actually get tested quite heavily here. Simply put, they're not used to this position. See if they can answer to it. Nova have played well so far, but as we've seen, they definitely have their shortcomings on offense, and really, if that offense doesn't play the way they need it to, they struggle. Their defense is not as strong as their offense is, and it's definitely beatable to a lot of teams here, but again, they haven't had to worry about that issue. Their offense has just been so good. But now they're starting to meet a team that is playing up to them. X35 Nova have to be able to step up. They have always started off these games so well, but as these games go on, they seem to struggle a whole lot more. They just seem to slow that play down, and they can't afford to do that. As well, what they need to do is play like they have at the start of their games, but do it for the entirety of a game. A lot of it is just coming down to Lux Esports holding a fine midfield line. Nova might have to go into a much more controlled style, a much slower style. It's not the kind of play style they want to play, but it might be the one they're forced to play here against Lux Esports. Aqua already trying to get themselves started. That touch will go back to Teshega, and he doesn't turn that upfield. Instead, he looks for Mafia Shadows and trying to pull in Lux Esports, but that's where Lux Esports is comfortable, is in the midfield, and well, Nova cannot play into that. While they can control this ball, they can't play into where Lux Esports are sitting. Gotta play around that as Mafia Shadows stopped by Avdiel. No challenge from Aqua, and Avdiel will be given room to run away with. Teshega. It's around Dusty. Now the dunk on one. Open backfield, but Teshega won't be there in time, and he can only muster a slight touch, but he still got it! Oh my, Teshega! How on earth did he catch up to it? My goodness, Teshega! All by himself! Lux Esports weren't ready for it! I wasn't ready for it! And it's X35 Nova with an incredible start to Game 3. Off the ceiling, no one saw it coming. And it's Teshega with a surprise goal that will give Nova confidence to go into this important Game 3. Match point determined here. And it's Nova who won it. That shot needed to go on for Mafia Shadows, but Nova will have to watch it bounce off the crossbar. Teshega now keeps Dusty away from the net. Mafia Shadows again. Aqua already up. He'll get to that, but Mafia Shadows with a long... Mac Daddy pushed up, but has the boost to recover. Lux Esports downfield again as Teshega stopped by Avdiel. Still Teshega. Mafia Shadows puts it on Dusty. No boost, but able to collect. Just a great flick as well. Wasting out time, and it's not only going to waste out time for Nova, but it gives Lux Esports time to recover. And in that position, that's all he's really got to do. And he gives his team the opportunity to be able to break out as Aqua. Off the ceiling. Dusty bumped out of the way. Mafia Shadows. Mac Daddy. With the dribble. Off that sidewall. Aqua. Avdiel stopped by Mafia Shadows and Dusty. Room to work with, and they're giving him the net. And Dusty will take it with a flip reset. Nova has struggled to challenge when they need to. This is one more case where they just don't go for it. And look at what Dusty does. He makes them pay a flip reset to answer. Lux Esports have not slowed down here in this game. And for Nova, again, their offense may be partially to blame for this game. They have only scored once, and it came from a incredible shot from Teshega, but it's not something they can do consistently. Nova just not finding openings, and Lux Esports aren't giving it to them as another open net. Saved by Aqua, but I mean, Nova starting to play overcommit here. They're just not getting room to work with, and Lux Esports continuing to keep them out as Aqua towards the corner. Mac Daddy with the ball. Mafia Shadows. Dusty from that blind spot will take it away here. Lux Esports continuing to win every single play they have on them. And while this game is tied, reminder, this team gets better as these games go on. And Nova seems to get worse, and unless Nova can turn things around, this is going to be another disappointing loss for them. As Avdiel can't score there, but Dusty keeping the pressure on. Avdiel demoed away to Teshega. X35 Nova just trying to keep themselves relevant in this game. And their offense has been ineffective to just get goals, but maybe this is it. What a pass! Mafia Shadows has it. That's the kind of goal that Nova's been waiting for. And Aqua, I mean, look at the power he puts on that as well. Wasting no time to score. Nova with a 1-goal lead as heading into the final moments in game number 3. Reminder, this determines match point for one of these sides. Nova would love to be the team with it. As Aqua looking for the bump, does get it, and it's open. Mafia Shadows will take another for his side. And man, the goals just keep pouring on. X35 Nova wasting no time to take those chances. 2 goals up at the end of game 3, and all they need to do is play good defense here. X35 Nova. Lux Esports, again, all the good they've done for their defense, it's crumbled at the end of this game. Nova have picked up the pace. Again, it's been very so far this series. They generally seem to have issues at the end of these games, being able to keep up that pressure, and yet this game they have. And this game, they'll make sure they take that match point. X35 Nova, a chance to stay undefeated if they can win game 4. Lux Esports could not keep it up here. Could not be able to take this game to overtime where they do feel so confident in themselves. And we're only one game away for X35 Nova in taking this series. Mafia Shadow specifically, once again, stepping up on offense. 6 shots out of Nova's 8. He has been doing a lot of work for this side, and but what we've seen so far has definitely been eye-opening, I think, for Nova. A team that can compete against their play style. And going to game number 4 as we go to Utopia Coliseum. Nova is probably thinking a lot about this series because it's them who haven't really been able to put it all together. They have the ability to beat Lux Esports. Both these teams have the ability to beat each other. What we've seen from Nova is that their offense has been inconsistent, but can it be consistent? Can it play just good enough for one more game? This has not been the best performance out of X35 Nova, but still they have the chance to stay undefeated over a Lux Esports side that has been looking to prove themselves in the Premier Series. Already done very well so far this series, being the only team and being the first team to take a game off of Nova. Now, can they be able to take a little bit more? Send this series to game 5. Nova, once again, having to rely on just getting through the midfield first. That's where Lux Esports has made life so difficult. Avdiel and Dusty, both of them really playing the midfield. And when both of them are playing active, that's when things are tough. And now he's getting bumped out. Another 2v1 here for X35 Nova. Lux Esports have been so confident in the midfield, but once things fall apart, I mean, on X35 Nova, they're so quick to follow each other up, so quick to get on offense, and it does make things tougher for them. And well, for X35, oh, they don't have hold it for long. That's a huge giveaway. That's a mistake that they're going to be counted on. Lux Esports not letting that whiff go to waste, and another one in. The goals keep falling, and Nova will keep rising to the occasion here as Aqua, lip reset, great fake, still in front. Avdiel will keep it away. Lux Esports, again, proving that this is going to be a long battle for Nova. None of these games have really ever run away for Nova. Both these teams know it, that it hasn't really been able to run away for either side. It's been close throughout the entirety of this series, and we haven't been able to see which team can really break through. If either of these teams will break through, honestly, we may be in a position where neither team will be able to do so. As Deshaka trying to find that double tap, Justy will be waiting under it here as an infield pass. Mafia Shadows off the sidewall. Aqua. Oh, he's got a free shot there. Dusty didn't challenge him, and Lux Esports has to wait. Deshaka puts it on. But Avdiel, calm as you like it, waits on the goal line, doesn't try to pre-jump that shot, knows he's got the time to work with. Lux Esports have not panicked all that often in this series, and I mean, so often Nova able to take advantage of panic by just throwing on more and more shots. They want teams to panic when they play against them, but Nova's mentality has been a huge factor of why this series has been so good for them. Fortunately, that mentality is only one part of this game. Not just like Nova, they've not been able to put everything together. The midfield has been good. They have a lack of ability of being willing to commit heavily enough into offense. Nova's been one that has been patient for what Lux Esports can do. As Avdiel. Off the corner, Aqua. Dusty. Cleared back by Teshega. No go-ahead goal for either side yet. It's a lot of back and forth in the midfield. And without any real control for either of these sides, it'll take a moment of brilliancy. Incredible play to see it open up. Lux Esports do it. Can they send this to Game 5? It does feel like this is their game to win and their game to take over the series. But so far, this matchup, whoever's had their way just a little bit more. As Teshega will go for nets, and nobody back there. Teshega not able to get the shot through, but Nova not wasting any time. Although that chance from Mafia Shadows completely thrown away with that second touch. Nova still have it though, and Teshega will look in the midfield. Avdiel. Teshega once again trying to catch them on a blind spot. RX35, Nova, one of the top teams in RX35 Esports. Just trying to keep that top play going, but once again their offense shut down at the end of this game. All they need though is one opening to take, and you know this team's accuracy, they can take it. As Avdiel did with Mafia Shadows as he'll go to the back corner. Nova, clear from Mafia Shadows, does find Teshega, and he'll have the room to work with. Avdiel dunked no so much. Teshega whiffed on it. Mafia Shadows, you're back by Mac Daddy. And it's Nova once again who will keep the ball. Teshega down the field. He's been an initiator at the end of this series. Is Aqua unable to break through there. Avdiel. Mafia Shadows keeping up with it. Infield pass. Whiffed on it. Stay will be there. One mistake is all it takes. It's Nova who will crack first. As the whiff from Aqua, you shot that completely. Lux Esports will say thank you very much. It's their lead here in Game 4. If Nova have any chance to take the series here, they've got to score soon. They've got to take this to overtime. Teshega. Mafia Shadows, great first touch. Now needs another. That net's open, but Aqua's nowhere to be seen. He played far too defensively on a play where he's got to just play up. RX35 Nova. Try again, but they'll run out of chances. Lux Esports will send this series to Game 5. They give themselves the opportunity to not only be the first team to take a game off of Nova, but the first to take down Nova in a series. Go again into another Game 5. We have seen so many great matches ending Game 5. This is one that's going to matter a whole lot for both these teams because pressure is on. They have to play at their best. And with what we've seen so far this series, there's no way we can predict who's going to win this matchup. Nova, their offense has been on and off this series. Now's their chance to prove themselves in a match that goes the distance. Lux Esports have played a very strong midfield that Nova has not been able to figure out in its entirety. All they need to do is hold together for one more game. Every game having been a 1-goal difference. Nova and Lux cannot feel safe. Lux Esports, it's a win that they would love to have. Their season has not started off the way they wanted it to. And for Nova, trying to keep that undefeated record going, trying to stay that as that top team. Being able to pull out wins, especially in tough moments like this, will be a huge confidence booster for them. To know that even when they're not playing at their best, even when matches do get tough for them, they still have the capabilities of playing clutch in the moment. Lux Esports do hold the ball early on as you saw Aqua there break out of the rule 1. We'll see how that works for Nova, but obviously you can tell they're not confident in the 2v2. Teshega again trying to start the offense. Aqua will jump in, and now it's his chance to get it going. Infield, but no one there. Again, Nova sitting back as Thank you for the follow, Valere TV. Welcome to the 20th stream. We're in Game 5 of 135 Nova and Lux Esports here in the Blackline Championship Series. Nova, undefeated so far this season, but that undefeated record being put to the test here as Lux Esports have sent them to Game 5. How Lux Esports has played, they're not going to give Nova that many chances on offense. Nova needs to be a lot more choosy on what they're going to be able to counter on, what they're going to be able to score on. Just not going to get that many goals, that many chances on net as Aqua, Dusty, Mac Daddy, Nova keeping it up with themselves, Avdiel, Mafia Shadows. Now it's Aqua off the corner, Doomsy Dish not able to collect to it as the challenge came too fast, instead just had to force out the 50-50. No goals so far here in Game 5 as both teams just going at each other. No openings being made either. Nobody willing to budge here. Nobody willing to take that chance, that maybe that little risk trying to find the goal. But Mafia Shadows will! Oh, he's just gone past everyone! My goodness, Nova will start off ahead as Mafia Shadows just gets through Abdiel, gets through Dusty. Lux Esports could not stop him. It was a runaway train from Mafia Shadows, and that train has one stop, and that stop is the goal. Nova with the lead. Now they'll go for two. Flip reset from Aqua. Mac Daddy wants this one away, and well, again, Lux Esports has generally not hesitated and not slowed down in being able to retaliate in these games. Generally takes them a little bit to get themselves started. Now is about the time where you start to see Lux Esports heat things up. With Nova only up by one, that lead is going to be in jeopardy of Lux Esports' ability to come back quickly. As Abdiel challenge to Shega. We'll keep it airborne as he will go for a goal. Abdiel will block us. Dame Goose 430 with the follow. Thank you for following the Sportiest streamer. Again in Game 5, Nova holding a 1-goal lead in the game that will determine who will win this series. As Aqua, Avdiel on top of it here as Deshega, Dusty, Mafia Shadows just going for nets as X35 Nova not able to break out there as Avdiel got the bump, but Deshega's able to respond. And Nova's defense holding on. It's the defense that they've not been able to trust all that much this season. But being put under pressure, they have been a lot better than what I expected from them so far. All you have to do is hold on for a little bit longer. That 1-goal lead still stands. Deshega looking. Well, he actually takes it away from Aqua, who had a shot on the end of that. There's a flick from Mac Daddy. Mafia Shadows. Avdiel, not able to reach it. Aqua. Dusty. Mac Daddy clears it away to Shega. Waiting under this. Gives this ball to Aqua, who will keep this one away, but can't get the pinch. Dusty's whiffed on it completely, though. Mafia Shadows with opening, and Nova want one more. Aqua on! And it's two! Nova's got insurance late in Game 5. And who knows, but that may just end the series. 100x35 Nova. 2-goal lead late. 20 seconds left. Their defense has been immaculate this game. All to do is play for a little bit longer. 10 seconds counting. Mafia Shadows waits. Avdiel will win the 50-50, but will not get to the ball, although Dusty will. Infield pass. Mac Daddy can't score. Time will run out. Nova will keep their undefeated record. A Game 5 where their defense played the best it's played all season. Lux Esports, an incredible effort. The first team to really threaten Nova's record, but they could not get the win at the end of this series. It's Nova of 135 Esports who will win it. A 3-2 win. What a performance from Nova, as Break coming in with the raid at a perfect time. You get to see the tail end of that series. As we're going to get an interview, I think, with Nova. They always love to have interviews on this stream, so fortunately for Lux Esports, they nearly were able to take it here. But nearly won't be good enough. Lux 35 Nova, that undefeated record stays. As again, what a performance. As again, a 3-2 win. I'm again messaging these guys, make sure we get them in. But a reminder, later tonight we'll go to the Kyohaku Rocket League series with Bears Esports and Atlas Esports. So as we are getting the call here that Aqua is going to be joining us for this. So welcome in, Aqua. Your undefeated record stays alive in the Premier Series. Although this time, Lux Esports gave you the toughest battle this season so far. How are you feeling now that you've had a team that has really been able to compete up with you guys?
I didn't get enough demos, is what it means. We should have swept him, but it's okay.
Well, you've swept everybody else so far this season. I mean, Lux Esports brought a midfield that you guys have not seen yet this season. And if you guys over there in Lux 35 Nova, what was it like, having to adapt to a team that could keep up with you guys? Yep. Even if you weren't playing the best on the day, you had to be able to adapt. What was it like for you guys, a team who, getting this match? Because we're in week 3, we've already gone a good amount into this season, and Lux Esports nearly made you guys have your first loss. What was it like trying to adapt to this team?
It was kind of just like don't do dumb mistakes on defense, and we're chilling. Because like we have offense. That wasn't the issue, really. It was more so like not giving them free goals.
Well, as you said there, want to play your consistency, and you guys mentioned as well, Game 5, it all came down to that. Obviously, you and Dejega have been teammates for quite a while now, so how did that chemistry help you guys out going into Game 5? Because when it comes down to Game 5, it's all about kind of keeping your nerve, and you guys have been teammates for a while, so I'm sure that was a little bit easier for you guys, knowing that you guys have been together for a pretty good amount of time.
I think it's been almost a year since we've been teammates. Actually, it might be longer than that. Actually, probably a year and a half. Um, uh, with the bump plays, that's usually where, or like our close passing plays, that's where our chemistry really shines.
Yeah, coming into Game 5 as well, kind of feeling that pressure. Did that chemistry help you at all kind of calm down, relax, really focus into Game 5? Because, as I mentioned already, Game 5 is such a tough match. So often, it's not really the better team that wins. It's a team that keeps their nerve and holds it a lot better.
Yeah, I basically just had to lock in. I had to, come to work and cook up some stuff. So I realized I had to actually sit down.
Guys, do get your win here. So NX35 Nova, keep up the offense incredibly well. Match this week is over, but I mean the matches. You still got a couple more of the season. We're not even at the midway point of the season. So for you guys, obviously knowing that your record's very much under threat of taking that loss. What are you guys gonna do to continue that? Because now that you've kind of been shaken up by Lux Esports, obviously there's a lot you guys are gonna have to work on being able to improve on.
Um, what I can say for me is just like making sure I've got solid rotations and like not bunching up in net. I think that was my biggest downfall this series.
Well, so far you've played well for NX35 Nova, here, Aqua, and yeah, you get your win. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. You guys keep playing at the top of the level, even with all the roster issues you had last season after leaving
Oh
Striker
my
Esports.
lord. Yeah.
You guys and your implosion in that final bracket, even with all that, you guys have come back and you're still a top team. You and Chishega now heading in Mopper Shadows. So you guys have been able to do it. You've been able to learn. You've been able to adjust on such quick notice here this season, and you guys continue to be a top team. So again, congratulations, Aqua. A huge 3-2 Game
There's
5
no
win.
shot.
But before you got a guy in the background.
That's my brother, sorry.
Your brother's been watching this whole series here, but
Of course, he's definitely not playing Minecraft.
yeah, we'll just say he's watching here. But
Yeah.
again, congratulations on your win here, Aqua. But obviously, before you leave, before you obviously go and relax for the rest of the night after such an intense series, is there any last things you want to say? Any shoutouts you have? Any updates? I guess not any updates, but anything you want to say, kind of about the future for your season? Any last words for this stream?
Shout out to Sporty FC, man. Mans is always here to cast our games. Boom. Shouting out you.
Oh, I see 50's in chat. That's the Orgo owner. I'm surprised you didn't shout him out. I'm telling you to shout out 50 now.
Oh, hi 50.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, 50's in here. You got to see the end of this match. I know. Yeah, a couple people watching in this, but again, congrats on your win, Aqua, here, and to the rest of 135 Nova, taking down Lux Esports, your first major challenge of the season. You guys overcome the hurdle. Congratulations on your win, Aqua. Have an amazing rest of your night.
GG's.
That was Aqua there of 135 Nova joining in, and again, what a win they've had. And we go to our schedule here. Yeah, I know 50. I know we had to make sure Aqua noticed you were here. As the next match of the night will be Solaris Esports, Atlas Esports. Again, our stream's gonna go on a break before we get to that match, but of course we'll be live very, very soon, about an hour from now. So wait a little bit when we come back. Solaris Esports, Atlas Esports. But for now, we've got to get a raid. We got to find someone to raid here. While we wait, and again, let me just find someone who is live who I can raid right now. Go raid this. This is a friend of mine, so he'll go raid here. And thank you all so much for being so supportive to the Sporty stream. And we come back, of course, Kyoaku Rocket League Series action on this stream. So be back soon for all of that when we go live again.